Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, folks. Buckle up because the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and the Philadelphia Eagles are no different. This team, after reaching the Super Bowl last season, is already making waves with some bold moves and intriguing rumors that could reshape their secondary and potentially set them up for another deep playoff run. And trust me, this story has all the elements: young talent, veteran experience, strategic trades, and a coaching staff that's known for maximizing player potential. So let's dive into what's happening behind the scenes and what it all means for the Eagles and their fans. First, let's talk about one of the most promising young players on the roster, Kelly Ringo. You remember him, right? The Georgia product, the 105th overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, a player who has been waiting patiently to make his mark since he arrived in Philadelphia. Ringo's been a fascinating story from the start. Coming out of college, many analysts saw him as a raw but talented corner who could develop into a shutdown defender. His physical tools are undeniable: height, speed, agility, everything you want in a cornerback. During his rookie year, Ringo saw some action late in the season, mostly due to injuries in the Eagles' secondary, but he wasn't a regular starter. Still, that experience was valuable, and now, heading into his second year, the expectations are much higher. With the Eagles hiring Vic Fangio as their new defensive coordinator, things are looking even more promising for young players like Ringo. Fangio is a master of defensive schemes, renowned for his ability to develop secondary players and create complex coverages that confuse offenses. Under his guidance, players like Ringo have a real shot to elevate their game. Right now, Ringo is in prime position to start opposite Quintian Mitchell on the boundary, with Cooper DeJean back in the slot. But let's be real, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL, especially in training camp. Competition is fierce, and veterans like Adoree Jackson are still in the mix. Jackson, a seasoned player with a lot of experience, will be fighting to hold onto his starting spot. This is where things get really interesting. According to insiders like Anthony DiBona, the Eagles' front office, led by the shrewd Howie Roseman, is prepared to be aggressive in the trade market this summer. The team's depth chart at safety and cornerback could see some shakeups, especially if young players like Ringo don't immediately seize the starting role. DiBona points out that the Eagles might be eyeing a move for a player like Greg Newsome II from the Cleveland Browns, a former first-round pick, just 25 years old, and a versatile cornerback who has shown flashes of brilliance in Cleveland. Newsome's contract for 2025 is fully guaranteed at $13. $3 million, which might seem like a hefty price tag, but for a team with over $30 million in cap space, it's a manageable investment if it means strengthening the secondary. Now here's the kicker. Newsome has played both outside and slot cornerback, over 400 snaps outside and over 100 snaps in the slot, so he offers a level of flexibility that the Eagles could really use. His role decreased last season due to injuries and team changes, and he ended the year on injured reserve with a hamstring injury. But his talent is undeniable, and if the Browns decide to move on, perhaps to recoup some value before he hits free agency next year, the Eagles could be frontrunners. The timing of this potential trade is critical. DiBona highlights the Eagles' joint practice with the Browns scheduled for August 13 as a key date. If Ringo isn't yet the clear-cut starter by then, a bold move like acquiring Newsome could be on the table. Imagine that for a moment, adding Newsome to a secondary that already has Darius Slay, James Bradbury, and a rising star like Ringo. That would instantly elevate the Eagles' pass defense, making it one of the most formidable units in the league. It's worth noting that Newsome's contract for 2025, despite its hefty price, is a one-year rental in terms of team control, as he is scheduled to become a free agent in 2026. So, it's a calculated risk for the Eagles, but one that could pay off big if he performs at a high level. And let's not forget about the broader picture. Philadelphia's cap space and draft capital give them tremendous flexibility. With over $30 million available and 13 projected picks in the 2026 draft, they have the resources to make bold moves this summer and even at the trade deadline. This kind of strategic maneuvering is classic Howie Roseman. He's not afraid to take chances on players who were former high draft picks or to shake things up if it means improving the team's chances of winning a championship. Now, I want to talk a little about the current state of the Eagles' roster, what's been working, and what the team is aiming for this season. Last year, the Eagles had one of the most explosive offenses in the league, led by Jalen Hurts' dual-threat ability, complemented by a talented receiving core featuring A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert. But it was their defense, especially the secondary, that proved crucial in playoff moments. Vic Fangio's arrival signals a focus on creating a more disciplined, aggressive pass defense, and that means every player, from rookies to veterans, will need to prove themselves in training camp. Ringo's offseason performance has been impressive so far. Reports from OTAs and minicamp indicate he's been showing flashes of the talent that made him a top recruit. The coaching staff, especially Fangio, is known for being selective about playing time, often giving rookies and young players a slow build-up before trusting them with significant roles. Last season, it took Fangio 6 weeks to start DeJean in the lineup, and if history repeats itself, Ringo might need to showcase consistency early on. Still, the fact that he's already in the mix for a starting spot is a positive sign, and the Eagles' front office is clearly high on his potential. Meanwhile, the veteran cornerback Adoree Jackson, who has been a solid presence on the boundary for the Giants before signing with the Eagles, will also be fighting for that starting role. The battle between Ringo and Jackson during training camp will be one of the most watched positional battles in Philly this preseason. And if Ringo can show he's ready to take on that responsibility, it could pave the way for a significant upgrade on the defense. But let's get back to the bigger picture. What does all this mean? Well, the Eagles are not just content with making the playoffs, they have Super Bowl aspirations. After a season where they narrowly missed out on the title, falling just short against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl LVII, the team's front office and coaching staff are hungry to get back. The key to that is not only maintaining their offensive firepower, but also tightening up the defense, especially the secondary, which was sometimes vulnerable to big plays last year. The potential addition of Greg Newsome II fits perfectly into that puzzle. His ability to play multiple roles in Fangio's scheme offers flexibility and depth that could be crucial, especially during the grueling NFL season when injuries inevitably happen. Plus, with the Browns possibly looking to trade him now, the Eagles have a golden opportunity to strike. It's all about timing. If the Eagles see Ringo not quite ready, or if they want to add more experience, Newsome could be their answer. And of course, the offseason is just beginning. Training camp, preseason games, and the trade deadline will all be pivotal moments that could define the Eagles' season. Fans should be excited because this team is not standing still. They're actively shaping their roster for another Super Bowl push, and the moves they make in the coming weeks could be game changers. Remember, Philadelphia has a passionate fan base, a rich history of success, and a team that's always striving for greatness. So, to wrap up this deep dive, what we're witnessing is a franchise that's hungry, strategic, and willing to take risks to stay at the top of the NFC. Whether it's developing young talent like Ringo, exploring bold trades for proven players like Newsome, or just fine-tuning their scheme with Fangio's innovative defense, the Eagles are setting the stage for an exciting season ahead. Fans, keep your eyes peeled because this story is far from over. And as always, the NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in football, with the Eagles aiming to dominate once again and make a real statement in 2024. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now I want to turn it over to you, Eagles fans. What do you think about this potential move for Greg Newsome? Do you believe Ringo is ready to take that next step and claim a starting spot? Or are you more confident in veteran presence like Jackson? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the team. This is the kind of conversation that fuels the passion of the Philadelphia faithful. And remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, rumors, and insights into the Eagles' journey this season. So, stay tuned, keep cheering, and let's keep the spirit alive because the best is yet to come for our Philadelphia Eagles.